Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. This is Ice Age. I've been trying to set up a tank for Pacus. I'm going to be setting in some algae over here and storing algae right at this location. First bit of automation with auto sweepers being put in right there. Hopefully we've got our power situation under control such that I can get rid of these manual generators. Realize that we've got an automation line that's connecting this power control station. We do not want that, so let's remove that. A little bit of extra heat in the base. I think we're at the point where I can first take this down, get that to 24, take that to 22. Maybe we'll open up this a little bit, allow this very warm liquid to access some of this cooler stuff. And the priority is to go down here. And to get access to this Pacu, I essentially want to send this guy into our new water tank, brine, saltwater. Let's just go check. Saltwater brine still making its way from over here, eventually filling up this tank. That's looking good. We've got some, maybe some priority in knocking that over. As I'm making my way towards this Pacu, we're going to go down, get access to teleportation. Also building in hydrogen storage up here. Let's connect that together like that. And we'll get rid of this one. Don't want to pop this second guy here. But I want to open up this area for a little bit of mealwood. Let's have that go directly down like that instead of going like this. Go like that. Maybe have this go... Actually, you know what? Let's have that go back into that. We can get rid of some of this other stuff here. Let's not destruct. Okay, how are we doing with that Pacu? Let's make that the priority. A little bit of chlorine, so making a bridge across like that. Last, trying to get through some of this obsidian. Maybe we want to put a door in here because I see that we've got some stinging bugs. A little singing as they're working. So as Blast cuts this out, opening up this area because really watching hydrogen struggle to make its way through this thick polluted oxygen. So hoping that being able to open this up on both sides will help. Okay, so Pacu single tile needs to be removed first. It's a priority, right? Yep. Doc taking care of that. So we should get one of the dupes that can wrangle. Come down here. There's Animal taking care of this. Picking up our Pacu. This is an important shipment, so I'm going to watch this. Make sure it takes place in the appropriate location. Awesome. So now we've got a Pacu. There's nothing that this guy can eat except for what's inside this fish feeder. Let's also bring algae into that bin so it's in the area. Excellent. So there's that. Now I'm doing two things. One, I'm cleaning the air with these deodorizers. And as I mentioned earlier, expanding this whole space. Maybe we'll cut into both here and here as well. Bringing in another dupe. This is Pebble. Let's just throw them in a schedule, say down here. And didn't mention, in this case, you just tuning in. My plan is to get, just a second. So essentially my plan is to get 42. So this checks off yet another dupe. We're at 24 of the 42. But we've got some heat problems. And first of all, that means some of these mealwood is got to be uprooted. And also not great to see some of these dust cap. I'm not going to uproot that dust cap. What I'm going to do, two things. One, we're going to rip out some of the insulation so that can take in some of the cooling. You want to be careful not to get too cool. But this line, this is actually a heating line that's going through here. Probably don't want that to go through the dust caps anymore. That was just to do some initial warming. So maybe we'll drain that liquid out of there. Opening up this area. See a little bit of liquid on the floor. Not loving that. Oh! That's where the liquid's from. Definitely should not have dug out that one. Let's put that guy back. That's going to give us a little bit of polluted oxygen. Let's cut this right there. Make that urgently be restored right there. Let's put in liquid. Place the dump. The liquid right there. And get back our gold, which was what was used to radiate or warm up that spot. Okay, and have we dropped? Haven't dropped yet. Okay, so I'm gonna have to carefully watch this. Let's actually, so far these guys are looking better, so this is helping. Should I automate this is the question. I'm going to get a temperature control to control a bunch of doors. We'll open these doors when we need to take in some cooling. Maybe let's say 25 degrees or above the doors, or below rather. Door should shut. So right now, clearly that's the case. Though temperatures are coming down. Currently, it's actually cool enough. Then what we'll do, we'll put a granite line underneath this. Like that. Get some liquid in here, that's good to see. And we've got some gas in the middle. Let's just flip this so we destroy some of that. Right, we've got a vacuum, which basically means it's cool enough. So we are no longer going to take in coolness from down here. Okay, so that takes care of these guys. Oh, okay. You are also getting a little too warm. That might be a little more difficult. I'll think about what we should do here. So, a number of things. First of all, I'm going to have a similar trick here where I'm going to open closed doors, expose it to the cool environment. But trying to figure out where the heat is coming from, it's pretty obvious. I'm getting heat from these cool steam vents. They are not really that cool. So we'll have to address that. Before we do, we'll get a different or an alternate source of liquid. Actually, this will be an alternate source of liquid because I'm going to be melting ice. I was doing that to cool down the water, but I'm realizing now that that also is going to add to the water. So we'll dig out some ice over here. Put some ice in this guy. We'll let some the auto sweeper take ice into here. There's probably ice from various locations as well. Continuing to dig and open up this area, seeing some hydrogen make its way up. That's looking better. We need to get this to be knocked over. All right, let's go. Dock. I'm going to take a risk here. I want someone who can dig through granite. Dock. Pebble, definitely. Spark, I'm going to get you towards mechatronics. Oh, right. This guy. Okay, we see an egg. Wildness of 96. This guy is eaten from the feeder. He wasn't for a bit. That's why I built that second one. I guess that one's no longer needed, so we'll get rid of that. Oh. Do we have any algae that was dropped in there? Okay, it looks okay. Yeah, I haven't specified algae in there, that's why. Okay, so ice is being dropped off here. Let's just make this run. I'll try maybe 200, or 220 rather, units of ice. Lower priority. No. No, I don't want the dupes. Okay, let's just make this a 4. So the auto sweeper should maybe help to keep the dupes busy, but we'll copy this across like that. No? Oh, that's a 4. Okay, let's bring this up to, make that a 3 then. This needs to be lower than the other ones. There we go. We'll see if this works. Auto sweeper bringing this in. Melt ice in a small amount. Melts quickly. And what I should probably do is have something that's going to turn this off. I'll put that in here in a second. Just to make sure that too much ice doesn't overflow this place, we'll put in a hydro sensor. Right above here. Let's check this out. Okay, so we've got some of this together, so we'll put in some of the doors along here. That there, put that there. Yeah, because we've got some very hot liquid. Oh, very hot liquid, actually. I really do have to find a better water source than pulling from these guys very soon. So let's just make sure if you are, as long as you're below 500, yeah, that'll work. Let's go up here now. So, just like the other place, doing a temperature check. Gonna open, close the door. We're also gonna have a radiant pipe, or mostly radiant pipe, some of granite line, water going around to try to cool these plants off. See some hatches being wrangled here. Are they filled up? 7 of 7. Oh, they are. Awesome. Okay, I need to make a call of what we want to do with that, but I don't want to stand here forever, so for now we'll just do that. Let's do a priority of getting this done so I can seal this off. Put in granite line like that. Oh, okay. Don't want dupes to be sealed in here. That's not cool. Ice, get out of there. I have to assign some digging. Just going to do a little bit of digging up here. That should pull everyone away. Fill this back in. Yeah, I essentially put in gold radiant pipes that were probably too hot. Though it should take care of itself soon. Let's just put in a value. Say 25 or... yeah, let's go with that. So right now we are below that. So the door should be open so we don't take in too much cooling. Liquid going through there. To cool these guys off, hopefully. Temperature 22 or so degrees. There we go. Now we've got some bristle blossom that's happy. And we've got our dust caps that are happy. Let's check on this guy. This guy is a wildness of 58. Hydrogen is, yeah, looking much better, able to get to the top of the base. Never considered. I kind of want to get rid of this, so maybe we should make this kind of go at priority. From the tank first. Where are we? 87,000 calories of food. We're slowly losing food a bit. Especially given... oh, ready for another dupe. Yeah. Don't really have a dupe concentrating on tidying yet, since this is Mop joining the team. Let's put them in a schedule. Let's see where we've got room. Trying to keep 4 per schedule. Also just noticed that we don't have enough cots, so we're going to throw more cots in here. We've got an incubator that is for our Pacu egg down here. And I've got 2 new pumps, one next to this Ghoul Slush Geyser, and one going here. A little bit of insulation going around, insulated pipes. But this guy here is going to be feeding these guys, because I noticed we're out. Been passing out some warm coats, generating a few more of those. The other, this one here, this is going to be sending liquid into this guy. So this will be a mix of brine, salt water, polluted water, and probably a little bit of regular water we better put on top so that we don't get too much polluted oxygen in the air. So this is made out of igneous rock for the most part. There's our incubator going in. I've just relocated this over here for algae. Put algae in there. We'll put in our Pacu egg right there. Make that a priority 6. We should see someone going to pick up the egg. Send that in here. And eventually someone going over to add the lullaby effect. Excellent. Let's make sure we get this created over here. A little bit of a dangerous area since we've got that red bolts flying, but it's just one-time construction, I'm thinking. Might want to do something about this hydrogen, but maybe that'll be a later thing. Well, you know what? Maybe just simply doing this might be enough. Let's go check the pump out here. Okay, that's running. That's effectively feeding these guys, so these guys should be growing again. Excellent. 73,000 calories. Watching food get a little bit lower, so this is this line. And that's going to be sending liquid into here. Okay, I got to start thinking about more food. So if food needs to be the focus, I'm thinking we might as well automate, first of all, egg removal from our hatch tables. And then automate the conversion of meat over here. Clear out this area. Let's check to make sure those pipes there are empty. They are. Creating a place here to handle the hatches. We'll place over here to restock our stables, and excess meat can be created here. Also want to create a pipe down here so we can throw in a little bit of water on top of this polluted water. Just to try to minimize that converting to polluted oxygen. Don't need a lot of water as long as that goes across. Be happy with that. Oh, and let's just give a little connection here so we can start loading in some water right at this location. Just put in the setting for these to remove eggs. I see it did not take a long time for these guys to become crammed. Oh, and we're hungry down here, so adding in sandstone for storage for food. Attacking some critters, having our spot to drop off the critters, some liquid being pushed in. So that should give us a bunch of meat. Might even research better ability to get in. Actually, unless they're. Oh no, yeah, they are solid control. So with some of this meat, I'm assuming this is going to make its way over here. Yeah, there's some barbecue meat being created. And here is the automation process for this. Let's see, water 400. Get that to be a little bit more. Planning on sending rock into the teleporter. Before I do that, I figure we might as well give them access to this. Rock's one of the original dupes, really good at digging. Figuring when we go to a new asteroid, lots of digging is going to be needed. Rock already has warm coat. Actually, most of the dupes have warm coats at this point. Let's complete this process. Extra strength on this mission. Okay. Let's see if we get our... Yeah, there's the skill scrubber. We'll give that to Rock. And the other thing I've got going on is still worried about food. So more bristle blossom, I figure, will be what we'll work on right now. Light source. Bringing in some water. Are you stuck? Oh, you are stuck. Hold on. Try to... Hold on. Bristle blossom. Just want to make sure that these bristle blossoms behind the scene here are not actually brooded. Cancel. Not that I necessarily will be using... Well, I might get them to grow. Bristle cancel uproot. And Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me, what was I planning? Okay, we can't dig underneath of them if I want those to stay. But I want to insulate underneath it nonetheless. Okay, there we go. Whoa! What is that lick? Oh, I destroyed one of the pipes, didn't I? Something like... Yeah, I definitely did. Okay, whoops. Let's do this. That. Get that flowing again. Get the regular water pipe connecting across here. Put one of those guys right there. As well put a lamp right there to get this to grow. Put in that there. Better do a little bit of mopping up all that polluted water. Oh, and definitely in here. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. And time for yet another duplicant. So our 26 dupe broom, also with mopping. Actually, there's a good amount to mop up. Give you a little bit of strength. Let's put you down the schedule. Let's throw you right here. So let me, okay, we'll start off with planting some of this bristle blossom. We've got enough seeds for that, so that's good. But yeah, some mopping over here. Just realized that this has forgotten about this, so let's disconnect that right there. Take that, what's that? Not hatch egg. If I can get behind that liquid vent and mop up a little bit of liquid all around. And in the barracks, that's not good. Latrine and down here. Only achievement. Nowheres to go. Just curious where we are with the carnivore achievement. Let's have a look. Okay. Only just beginning with that. Alright, so what I'd like to do is have all the eggs pushed in right here. Get a storage bin to make that happen really quick. And we're going to specify to critter eggs that I sweep. Because I believe there's going to be quite a few right over here. Oh, and I forgot a little bit of automation. Here's that automation. Just try to resweep here. Yeah, a good number of hatch eggs. That's nice to see. So what I want to specify here is, yeah, I think both. If they are, if they're below, let's say 10, open the door, let more in. Can do a little sweeping. Let's take that out now. Make sure those, yeah, critter eggs don't stay in there. I want to make sure we put in a door here so the critters can't escape. A few extra critters that are there that can be meat. So let's check this out. We've got a false signal closing the door so the auto sweeper can't access that. Stopping all the eggs from moving over. Okay, I think that takes care of that. Let's go over here. A little bit of, probably too coal, actually. Looking at this schedule for Rock, I'm going to get him to go over after he wakes up the next cycle. Now I'm going to work on a water processing facility over here. Under here, we're going to dig this out. This is going to be a warming area. And then we'll convert either saltwater brine or polluted water to water. It's going to be a little bit of filtration medium here. So it'll be some sand. And maybe get across like this. We'll have 2 water sieves. And I'm also going down here to get a pump. Put in some power. Oh. We do no longer have those little flying bugs anymore. I guess we can get rid of that door. If that's the case. Get this out. A little bit of igneous rock. Pretty cold. Don't want that to freeze in the pipes. It is time to do our teleportation. Putting in a heat area for our liquid and a exchange of temperature. Rock going down here. So before rock goes in, I'm going to unequip their suit. And we will get them to do a teleportation. Start digging out a little bit of material for construction. Open up this spot. Have a quick look around. Let's just see what we've got in terms of geysers. Okay, another volcano, more natural gas, cool steam. We've got lots of cool steam. Cobalt, copper for metal, polluted water, water, carbon dioxide. Nice. Get a cot to be built in an outhouse. We'll start going down to do a little bit of digging on this asteroid. And over here, before I forget, I'm just trying to raise this. I got my algae to be taken out first. We'll relocate this guy up here. I think I'm going to finish here in a second, but just want to make sure this gets... Actually, you know what? I almost feel like that should be higher, but we'll raise it probably a second time. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's raise it now. Stop dumping in water. Reconnect this line here. And let's just place our little fish feeder right at this location. We should see some salt water and cold polluted water enter. Take a second here to go search for algae. Okay. All right. We got a little bit of construction left here. I need to start dumping in some liquid. We'll do that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do that here in a second. Let's just see if there's any... Yep, we need to give Rock here something to do. Get Rock to install some ladders over here. Over on this asteroid. Indicating that I want some gas masks to be repaired for the first time. Got, I think, a lot of the dupes with warm coats now. We are going to have more and more dupes. Actually, that's going to cover all the dupes until, of course, the next dupe, which comes in 1.2 cycles. And then in some radiant pipes along here. Scalding. Oh. That's probably, yeah, that we're sourcing our gold from over here, which is, way hot, obviously. Not ideal. Not ideal. Should see some water going in. Let's load that in at full ability. We'll set this to be above. If it's below, oh, I don't know. We'll try 4 degrees. And it can run. And I guess I should have built that a little early. Maybe what wire needs to go across here, but we need to start multitasking, making sure that Rock has something to do. Okay, Rock has not run out of tasks. Oops, do not block yourself from your cot there. Liquid going in here. Unreachable bill, okay. Essentially, I want to insulate all around this setup. Got some gold pipes. It's going to take some of this cool liquid before it goes in here. Instead of going and heating this up, I'm going to try to transfer as much heat to the cooling line, which is currently spinning through here. Not very effective, especially with all those electrolyzers running, but we'll make it more effective soon. 600. 700 or so. Checking up here. We've got some ladders going up. Adding in a little bit of insulation because I kind of want to open this up a little bit more. Especially with all that hydrogen. Say that is going to be enough. Let's disconnect this. I think I will end it there for today. All right, thanks for watching. I will hopefully see you next time, playing a little bit more of Oxygen Not Included in the Ice Age. Till then.